And we are joined by the fabulous Ayvianna Snow.
Welcome!
Round of applause. Here for our wonderfully spectacular Spooky Ooky Hour.
And how appropriate to have you for our Halloween special. Of course, you're a wonderful actress, but tell us a little bit about more of what you actually specialise in terms of acting.
Yes.
Oh, well, first of all, thank you so much for having me, and I'm really grateful to be here. So I am an actress, and I'm kind of known mostly for the horror genre. That's kind of my main thing. So I feel I'm honoured to be here for your sort of Halloween episode. It's right up my street.
The honour is ours.
Yes, it is indeed.
Now, you said you've been living in London for like a while now, over 10 years, so you're a proper Londoner, I would say.
Well, I think I can argue I'm almost a local for your radio station. I live kind of quite close to Brentford, which I'm told is on the sort of border of...
We'll take
We'll bend the rules.
Area.
Yeah, absolutely. She's a southwest London girl.
Yeah, local gal. Now, so you trained at Central, and then you did a BA at the Arden School of Acting?
Manchester, that's right. I've been
Amazing.
all over the place.
Did you like it?
I had a great time. Yeah, marvellous.
And when you were studying, did you think, right, horror is going to be my genre?
Absolutely not.
Really?
No, I had no idea that this was my genre. I stumbled into it. It was a happy accident. I got a last-minute casting to play a possessed nun.
Love that.
Things. I know. And I did this audition for Paul Hyatt for The Convent back in 2016. And I turned up. I didn't really know what I was getting into. And I was dressed really inappropriately in a little red dress and high heels. And then he said...
For the nun.
I don't know what I was thinking.
The irony.
I don't know what I was thinking. And then he said, could you, in a non-verbal way, sort of walk towards us and show that you're possessed just through your body language? And I had to do this sort of awful walk where I was half on the floor and one leg in the air and kind of all crunched up in a ball in my pretty red dress and heels. And I don't know how I got it, in all honesty. It was a terrible audition. They must have been desperate. But
No, it's always the ones. It's always the ones you think are rubbish and you've actually smashed it, clearly.
Well, yeah, and then I just kind of ran with it from there.
I'm really intrigued to see where it all went from there and how it parlayed into a fabulous career in horror movies.
Yeah.
My goodness, I mean, I think the film world kind of works on who you know rather than what you know.
Absolutely.
So I think I started getting invited to film festivals sort of based around that genre. So I was a judge last year at the Romford Horror Festival. They have a whole, like literally a week where they just play horror films.
Oh, wow.
And there's a great horror festival in Southend. Like Essex is a real hotbed of like independent horror people. And I think the more you kind of hang out with people, you end up like somebody says, oh, do you want to be in my film? And then you meet another friend who says, oh, I'm also making a film next week. And you end up kind of snowballing and it's become an addiction.
Yeah.
It went from being just a sort of nice hobby to I'm now kind of, I can't get out of it even if I wanted to. I'm sort of...
You're stuck in it, but you're loving it.
I guess the question is, do you like horror? Do you like watching horror?
You know, I think before I got into it, I used to be quite dismissive of horror. I used to think, oh, it's just blood and gore and guts and there's nothing to it really. But that's not true. And I think having now worked on it myself for several years and met so many people, I now have much more respect for the genre. And actually the best people make fantastic films, you know, and when I think about some of the best films that have ever been made were horror films. Like The Shining is one of the best films that's ever been made, and that's
I'd agree. Yeah.
And, you know, and there's very little blood and gore in that piece. It's you know, psychological horror is about building up a sense of unease, and like the best horror films to me are kind of unsettling and disturbing rather than just sort of, you know, blood everywhere. So, and I think it's such a versatile genre. I think you can do so much within it. Like, I'm in a film at the moment called How to Kill Monsters, which is a really kind of rollicking comedy, like a Shaun of the Dead style thing. So, you know, you can do that kind of, it can be really comedic and sort of fun and you know, like colourful. Or equally, I'm also appearing in something called Wrath of Dracula at the moment, which is sort of like a period piece, and it's kind of dark and disturbing. So I think you can do so many things within the horror genre.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That is a good point. I wanted to jump to Dracula. You mentioned that at the beginning whilst we were talking outside, and taking us all the way to now, from the convent to now, your brand new project, Dracula. you're playing Dracula's wife, correct?
I am, I know.
What a
That's
cool
so
part.
exciting.
It is exciting. It was amazing. I couldn't believe it when I was offered. I didn't have to audition, which was nice.
That's
because
nice.
That's a nice little treat, yeah.
Traditionally, my non-auditions have not been good, so the fewer auditions I have to do, the better, really. So yeah, this is on Amazon at the moment. It's called Wrath of Dracula, and what I love about it is that it's kind of a new feminist take on the classic Dracula story.
So I'm all about that.
Yeah, we like
In
that.
our version, Mina Harker is much more active. So in the traditional story, she's quite passive, and she
Right.
just sort of waits in England for Jonathan to come back, and then events happen to her, and she's sort of often running away from things. Whereas in this story, she decides to travel to Transylvania herself to take on the Count, and she learns how to do kung fu. There are all these cool action sequences where she's like learning karate, and then she
Wow.
burst into the castle herself to take him on, and I love that kind of slightly more, feminist women kicking
Which,
ass.
let's be
kind of
real,
thing.
is a more realistic role for women. That's probably what we would do. Not run away and let things happen to us.
I don't think women have ever been as timid as they are portrayed in
No.
these stories. If you actually know real women,
Yeah.
how many timid women do you know in reality? I don't know very many. I think most women are actually quite strong.
Now, if we're talking dress up,
Yes.
what are you going as for Halloween?
Well, I am going to attend Witchfest International this Halloween, which is held in Croyden at the Fairfield Halls. And one thing you might not know about Croyden is Croyden has the highest concentration of witches in the whole of the UK.
Wow.
So there are 56,000 people list their religion as pagan in Croydon, and of that, 1,700 list their religion as Wicca.
Wow.
So Croydon is like this amazing hotbed of witches.
Oh, wow.
And it's like an amazing convention that lasts all day, and there's like different stalls and workshops about Wicca and crystals and just everything kind of witchy and about, as you said, the origins of Halloween and what the
Yeah.
festival was about. So yeah, it's just an amazing day, and I'm so excited to go and meet everyone.
Well,
and
that is the place to be on Halloween.
Yeah.
The place to be.
So, are you joining the witch sisterhood?
I mean, I hope so, if
Yeah.
they'll have me. I mean, I love the kind of idea of dancing outside in a circle in a diaphanous gown, and I don't know, there's something, it's also just nice, like from the sisterhood point of view, to
Yeah.
be just connecting with other women. So whether or not you believe in all the sort of Wicca stuff, it's just nice
Yeah.
from a community point of view.
Yeah.
it's
And
nice.
especially with like the historical baggage of witching
Well,
and like
exactly,
what they
and what
used
the
it
word
against
used to
women.
mean. Yeah.
So that's really
So
cool
it's
to
a way-
celebrate witches.
It's also a way of, as you say, reclaiming the word witch and meaning it, so it can mean something positive for women.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. Now, do you have any favourite Halloween movies that you like to watch?
Ooh.
Oh my goodness! I mean, I love the Scream franchise.
Oh, me
I
too.
also
Yeah.
love Tom Cruise as Lestat in Interview with the Vampire, and I think the sequel, which is Queen of the Damned, which is slightly less well known.
I
but
don't think
is-
I've seen that,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah.
A lot of people have seen the Tom Cruise one, but then they
Yeah.
haven't seen the follow up.
Okay, it's on the list.
Yeah, there you go.
I love the Lost Boys. I love all the kind of like classic horror from like back in kind of the heyday of horror, as it were. And
Do you know what I think I would have seen you in? You would have been perfect. Practical Magic.
Oh my goodness! Yes,
Yeah?
yes, I could have danced. I watched that just last night, actually, or maybe was it the night before? I love the dance down the stairs.
Yes,
The-
such a good scene.
the lime and the coconut or whatever.
Yeah,
It's beautiful. Yeah.
Oh, well, we have got a little fun game.
Oh, are we teasing the game? We're teasing the
I
game.
say I'm quite nervous.
Oh, it's
That's
fine.
okay. We are going to be fine.
I mean, you'll realise the level of this quiz when I tell you the name. Guess. I don't even know if it fits
Should we do
now.
it? Should we do? So it's Guess
Guess
Who?
Who?
Guess Boo!
Oh.
Are you ready?
Okay.
Did you get scared there?
A little bit.
We'll be a little bit too scary
Yeah,
for you. We'll rein it in.
slightly.
We'll rein it in.
So we thought it'd be fun just to say a couple of quotes from some very famous horror movies and see if you can get them.
I'll do my best.
Yeah, I think
Put
you'll
your
be
expertise
wonderful.
to the test.
Right, number one. I'm going to do my best acting skills. Here's Johnny.
Oh well, this is easy because I already mentioned The Shining.
know you love this one.
Earlier on, so that's The Shining.
There we go.
Ding, ding,
Ding.
Do I get a prize at the end?
You
of
get a
this?
trick or a treat.
Oh.
I think it's a treat.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready?
Okay, go on.
Am I doing this?
Go for it.
Okay, it's because I'm so good at it.
You're amazing, Sarah. You're so good.
The power of Christ compels you.
Wow.
Oh, this is The Exorcist.
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding.
And I think it's the power of Christ compels thee.
She is an expert. Oh, Sarah, you've been put in your place.
Bonus
Bonus point. Okay.
There's various versions of The Exorcist.
But I don't know. I mean, I think.
Okay, you're doing well. You've got 3 points out of 2 so far, so that's pretty good, to be honest.
Okay,
Are you ready? Are you ready for the last one?
As I'll ever be.
Okay. It's alive! It's alive!
That was good.
That was
Thank
very well
you.
delivered.
Oh, stop. Thank you.
I'm going to say Frankenstein.
She's got it. Ding, ding, ding. 10s across the board.
Oh, well done.
Claps.
I expected nothing less.
Absolutely.
Well done. Now, we have loved having you on.
It's been an absolute giggle.
Well, thank you. I'm very
You're
grateful.
just so
for your
lovely
time.
as well.
You are.
I wish you all the best in all of the land
Thank
of horror.
you so much.
Yes.
But
Yes.
listening at home, make sure you check out Wrath of Dracula. It is out on Amazon now.
Yes.
So I'm really excited. I will be watching that for my Halloween spookiness.
And Ayvianna, what have you got coming up next?
I'm next appearing in Burnt Flowers, which is coming out in January of 2024. So that's and having its premiere at the Southend Horror on Sea, which is one of the big hubs of indie horror here in the UK. So another really exciting project, which I had great fun
Who are you
making.
playing in that film?
I play a sort of femme fatale who comes in and sort of wreaks havoc everywhere she goes, which is
Lovely.
Causing chaos. We love to see
I know,
it.
lots of fun to do.
I feel there's a theme here.
Yeah.
That is excellent.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much,
Before
Ayvianna.
you go, though, very important question.
Yes.
Now, I do another show, Sarah's Soundtracks. Yes, Thursdays, 8 till 9.
Oh, it is. Plug it, baby.
So I do love just songs in general. But do you have a favourite Halloween song or song from a Halloween movie? It can be either.
So this is really camp and cheesy, but
We love camp and
I
cheesy.
really
I feel
love
seen.
Things That Go Bump in the Night.
Yes!
by All
That's such a good
Stars.
one.
It's a really oldie, but it's an oldie but a goodie, I think.
Okay, pull
We
it
love
up.
an oldie but a goodie. Let's get it up.
Thank
and let's play it.
you.
Thank you, Ayvianna, for coming
Thanks,
in.
guys.
Thank
It's been a
you.
pleasure.
Ask your smart speaker to play Riverside Radio.